Hi Henry, come in.
Thank you, thank you.
So here we have a little gallery. There are two paintings here. One is tide coming in. That means the tide is coming in and you can see the waves and different kind of colors. And this is tide going out when everything is blue and the waves are getting smaller and the sand is coming. You can see the sand here and the waves are going up. To me, the sea is not the waves only, but it is what happens there, what kind of feeling it gives you. So we have here a small painting, really small. That's about a painting on air, which is the beach we have here, and you can see some of the islands, you can see some of the shallow water and the deeper water and some of the land. And that's something the painting gives you the feeling of the sea. It had a connection between the viewer and the painting, and that is important with the paintings, that it doesn't give you the exact landscape, it gives you the feeling and it takes you inside the landscape. It is a nice summer day, it may look like this, and it gives you satisfaction in a way because you are discussing with the painting, and that's what is important with paintings and with art on the whole. Okay. Yeah, okay. The waves are nice. There is this Japanese painter, I can't remember his name, but there's the enormous wave, and that's beautiful, beautiful. But normally the people who paint sea, they paint the rocks and the waves. And why? I don't see. Because there's no feeling about it. The feeling about the sea is what you see in the sea, what is behind the sea, what is underneath the sea. Here you can see a stone where the waves go above the stone and they give different kind of reflections. This is how I feel the sea should look like. Okay. Now we have a small painting in this room, which is called Miss Seaweed. When the seaweed, which is the weed which grows in the sea, when there is the autumn time, it comes brown. So this is Mrs. Seaweed. By accident, it looks like a dress of a nice looking girl. But this is a painting about seaweed and it's called Mrs. Seaweed. So, next room we have a bigger painting about seaweed, which is different color. The color here is blue, and this is perhaps fresh seaweed, but what this painting gives you is the reflections when you are looking at the seaweed, which is normally green, it can be blue, and you get sun rays glittering on the sea, and the seaweed is underneath, of course, the water, and the sun rays are above the water. And this is the idea, my idea about the sea and what you can see in the sea. Okay? There's a little painting about seaweed, but here you have Mrs. Seaweed. Mrs. Seaweed is a more heavy stuff. This is a picture from the beach when the water is going away and you can see some of the brown seaweed going like this, and these are some other plants on the strand, on the beach, and the water is still sort of green, and this is Mrs. Seaweed. Okay? Okay, now we have this painting about the moon on inner beach, where the main thing is the moon. Of course, the moon is enormous, but sometimes it can be like that on the sea, above the sea. And now the moon is there, and what is the most important thing is, of course, the moon bridge, what we call in Finnish, which is the glittering on the sea, and the horizon. The horizon is the most important thing in this kind of painting because it makes a person, if you are looking at the horizon, it makes you relaxed. But if you are looking at things which are going up and down, it makes you nervous. But the horizon is something at the moment we need to be relaxed. Okay, so here we have some painting. This is a painting about, again, on Enna Beach. Again, not to paint only the waves, but also to paint what is underneath the waves. So there happen to be two stones. Perhaps there is the main stone and the baby stone, and perhaps they are following each other. We don't know. But anyway, they are there, and this is how they used to look like, or they looked alike. And they have some different colors because the stones have many colors. They have been there for ages, or perhaps they are new, because the waves, they sometimes bring new stones, sometimes they take stones away. But these two stones, the baby one and the mother one, they are there and the waves are there. And this is something how I feel the sea and the feeling about the sea should look like. Here we have one painting where there's only one stone, but this one stone has a lot of colors. It has got some seaweed, which is on the left side and right side, and also it has some gold. But this is how somebody can feel how these things look like, but they are amazing, they are different, and it's the sea. Again, here we have a very normal painting of the sea. The sun rising from our bedroom window, the sun is behind the clouds, the sea is reflecting a little bit of the sea, and you can see some of the land, and this is a very normal painting or scenery painting, but again it has some feeling, I think. Soon the sun will be bright and everything is bright, but now is the moment when still something is a bit dark and a bit bright. And here the same thing again. The sun is behind a very heavy heavy mass of clouds, but soon the sun will come up. But you can see already the glittering and the color in the sea, and some of the scenery over here. There's still one painting. I haven't done a lot of paintings about the land, but there's this painting I like somehow, because going here from Karibaksminde to Nesved, our closest town, there is a road where they have planted trees. The trees are exact the same distance from each other. The trees, I don't know what is the name of the tree, perhaps they are oaks, I'm not sure. Anyway, they have this field with yellow flowers, which now in springtime is on its bloom. The trees, every single one is different. They are not the same. Though they are the same, but in a way they perhaps act different. But you can see the sun coming in, and you can see perhaps here there will be some rain. But this is the only painting I have done about the scenery in Denmark. Okay, thank you.